do what I normally say at the end of videos, in that case. Okay. So, I assume now, knowing that all this started beforehand, Sarah has been a part of the occult the entire time, and she has played us so well. We've killed Fuller, though. We've gotten that son of a bitch back.
The voice. I can't hear the voice anymore.
How did we get out here? Oh, hello. I see you. Oh, we are gonna pass the fuck out. So that's the explosion we caused. How did we get all the way here? We just drifted? I go, yes. Also, my choices really don't matter because either way, I have a feeling even if I said don't pick up the gun, I would have still picked up the gun and Fuller would have died. But
You are trapped.
truth.
Keep going.
I feel like truth is just Cthulhu saying
My
screw you.
This way. Stand up. Walk.
Again, so I'm gonna state this now because, like I said, I was gonna give a small review at the end of the game when I finish it, but going ahead and going and like say this now. But the story has now gotten interesting. I believe the story again.
Is somebody there? Hey, who are you?
For reviews, I feel like whenever you're reviewing a game, gameplay should come first. Like, should be the top priority when thinking about what a game is, whether a game is good or not. In this case, since it's like Telltale-ish, the gameplay is kind of void at that point. So you really have to think about the story. And this one does have some gameplay aspects, like the Shambler part. Granted, I hated that part, and I will state that when I'm doing the review little thing.
Leviathan wanted to be found.
Yes. I feel like Leviathan should be a lot bigger than that. What's this?
To our fallen crew members, they have given their lives for a greater purpose. The last name added is that of Charles Hawkins. I'm willing to bet that they killed all the survivors of the miraculous catch.
This is definitely like a hell of a conspiracy game. I will state that now. This game has gotten good. Originally, at the beginning and at the middle part of the story, hell, even before chapter 12 really, I was still thinking like, this is the most sporadic story I've ever seen in my life. But now that we've gotten to the end, I feel like it ties together really well. The story has now like come full circle and shit. I feel like some things still need to be stated, like whether Sarah has been a part of the occult the entire time or not. Colden. The fuck?
None of this is real. I saw you dead, as I see you now. Am I crazy too?
You survived. Don't you understand? You couldn't die. You will stay alive until you've fulfilled your destiny.
No.
Look at me. Look at me, Pierce.
I hope Bradley was
Dare
the
tell me that you still don't
most
believe
detrimental choice that we made.
What has happened to you?
Oh, Pierce. You insist on ignoring the truth when it's right there in front of you. Sarah Hawkins saw you as you really are. This painting is the proof.
This is madness.
It's not just your
Yes.
life that is at stake. Many men and women have sacrificed themselves for this moment.
Colden!
You will not deprive them of their hope of a better life.
I saw what Leviathan did to Fuller. We will all die like him.
His life was written well before it started. It was not predetermined that he lived to see the call. But you? Yes. It is your
I
destiny.
really hate, I feel like I've stated another.
You're mistaken. I believe no more in destiny than I do in
Yeah, there you go.
vampires, gods, and their female prophets.
Oh, well done. That will really impress her.
Again, this denial. It doesn't matter anymore. The future is now but an image that Sarah Hawkins has painted for you. Why don't you go and join her, you who believe in nothing? And then, you'll see. You'll see that there are truths so powerful,
That's
so
definitely
overwhelming,
interesting.
that even a mind as narrow as yours cannot withstand them.
And what is your truth, Colden? What is your role in this story?
I must take you to Sarah Hawkins, our oracle.
Sarah, tell me where you took her.
We'll find her at Alabaster Point.
I'm going to get her. Don't try to stop me.
Of course.
Shut up. Get out of my way.
Shut the hell up. Get the
Hiding
fuck out the
the
way.
dead.
No one can.
That is the best sentence I've heard
Neither them
in this entire game. Is stop
you.
fighting the dead. We definitely look insane now.
Shut up! Silence! Stop! Go away! Stop!
I don't know how much the choices affect the cutscenes. Hopefully these are all unique. I feel like that's gonna be a second episode. Now that we're doing this.
Don't resist, Edward. They're already dead. There's nothing you can do. Just give in.
No, thank you. I think I've already stated
What
in a
happened?
previous game. I can't remember if
Sarah.
Destiny has ever been mentioned.
must go
I
to Sarah.
fucking hate the idea of
She
Destiny.
is
The
the
concept
oracle.
alone
She
pisses
will
me
know
off.
what to do.
I kind of want to look at this because I never got
It
to look at
always
this.
comes back to the Scylla. It was where it all began.
Yeah, the Scylla was the actual sea monster and not the giant whirlpool eating monster, or not whirlpool eating, but whirlpool monster that ate ships. Fitting. You know, they've definitely done a damn good job of coming back and like tying up the ends. Everything else has seemed so sporadic. I still state that the characters are kind of hollow, which I feel like happens a lot in Telltale-ish games. The characters seem to be more hollow than every game where you tell the story outright. Okay, don't see a point for that. Okay, Alabaster Point. After a final confrontation, Pierce must go to Alabaster Point, where Sarah Hawkins is supposed to be waiting for him. There, he must make decisions that could change the destiny of the world. I'm going to hopefully not bring Cthulhu to the horizon. But if I do, my apologies. Okay, so... Because I'm trying to think about, like, almost all the characters we've met have either not been fleshed out enough. Again, like, the decision between Kat and the bartender, that, like, the only reason I chose the bartender was because I said I would. I kept my word. That was it. I had no it was probably a better choice to choose Cat for the sake of her being a killer. And going to... Because Bartender we just talked to the one time. Cat's been a bitch, which we have never gotten to know.
None of this makes sense.
This is a giant-ass island, and there like are so many people. And I feel like we never saw half the civilization that was on this island. That's something I can't get past. It's like, this is a huge-ass island that we've stated before about, like, this place being huger than what it looked like at the beginning.
Come on.
Mr. Pierce, I was expecting you.
Oh, hi.
Fuller, you died in front of my eyes.
Don't jump to conclusions. Is there not the tiniest spark of a scientific mind inside of that detective skull of yours?
What abject
Hopefully.
substance did you use to turn her into an empty shell?
Abject substance. The serum extracted from Leviathan's oil bestows the power of life. To me, my body is nothing but the mortal vessel of my conscience. To you, it contains more answers and secrets than your insignificant mind can grasp.
I'll kick your ass. Okay then. I like how it had like a techno noise when it went away. This is definitely more like dream world-ish.
You can barely stand up, and yet here you are. You never give up.
That is not you. Not anymore. Not since your disappearance on the docks.
Ah, detective. So easy to fool you. So eager to rush to the rescue of a woman in distress.
You won't make me regret having tried to save people. I did what I could. Even for Colden.
Your efforts to change your destiny, although in vain, make you worthy of the fate that is yours. The day has come. You will be asked to choose.
That's not how you spell choose, but sure. That was chose. Again, the subtitles are a bit off. I'm not gonna take that against the game though, because that's like a small, insignificant kind of like nitpick. Also the fact that their like voices or the lips are not synced. Oh hey, I remember these masks.
You took everything from me. Wife, life, destiny. You forsook your right to a normal life the moment you chose power over humanity. No one wants to see such an unbearable sight.
You don't have the slightest idea of what you speak, of what I've been through. I have sacrificed my life to the one who sleeps. My marriage, my family, my own flesh. Why didn't Sarah choose me? Why is it your damn face on her painting?
Beat the hell out of me. Oh, hello, me. Wow. Wait. Love how if you go back a bit. Looked like I had a six-pack. Oh, that do not look good. Ugh. That's the most average body, though. And also, scars. Oh, I forget. He's a veteran.
But you already know it. I can see that you will make the right choice.
No. Are you the...
I don't know. I
Is
don't
this
know.
the angel and devil on my shoulders?
Your fear of the unknown and your stupid pride cloud your judgment. Quit lying to yourself and embrace your destiny. It's not cowering that brought you those medals. None of this is real. Trust your guts.
If nothing's
I
real,
agree with that one.
what are you?
I am a projection of your mind. What remains of that instinct that pulled you out of the trenches. Don't listen to them. They're too dangerous for your tired mind.
I agree. This is definitely the most psychological horror game I've ever played. Even if this is on psychological. Okay, so where's Bradley gonna be? I feel like he's probably next.
It's right there.
I'm almost there.
Is reality gonna speak now? Every time I keep seeing like truth pop up in the subtitles, I keep thinking of like Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood, not the other one. Brotherhood, the good. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Say what you want about this game, but it does look pretty. The models for the characters are iffy sometimes, but the world definitely looks good. That said, we've been to like 3 map locations throughout the entire game. The mansion, the town itself. What you want? Let me kill it. Let me kill it back. Do I still have the rusty knife? And there's what's his name? Drake. Keep thinking about Nathan Drake whenever I think about that guy's name.
Here you are at last, Truth Seeker.
She was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me.
Yes. When I finally discovered the truth, I knew you would come.
So was her
All
dad
this
also a
time
part
I
of
was
this?
fighting it.
Or no,
Afraid
she
of
probably
what I might
just.
discover. But I was afraid of myself.
It's coming.
What did you learn?
Listen to me, Edward Pierce, as I will deliver the truth.
Yeah, I'm not an occultist master.
Look around you.
I want to stick
Everything
with your
is
crazy.
falling apart. You must stop this madness.
I can't make that choice. This will be your decision.
Done.
One
I know
man.
what's gonna be.
One man only, prepared by the trials and revelations, holds the power to change the world. Because I saw you in the dreams I share with my God. I recognize you for what you are.
Yeah.
A truth seeker. One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of his
Well, no,
mind.
we saw the domestic violence thing that was going on, so she didn't.
I feel the
like,
truth in
purposely
your
start it.
words.
Never mind.
Because it was written. Or, as I like to see it, painted on the canvas
I was thinking
of
that
fate.
she actually planned for us to come here by actually burning the house down. Do not do it. Do not fucking do it. This may just be a super long episode. Who knows? Okay. Who's this? Bradley? No, not Bradley. Oh, hey, that's the dagger that I hate. This is interesting to say the least. And he gone. No words. Do not kill him. Seriously? That no. I don't need a second to think about that. Come on, Drake, we got this. Okay. Again, the models kind of look weird sometimes. Most of the time. Okay then. Oh, you look like a demon from Supernatural. Nice. Are we dead? Did we die? Did we die to save the world? If so, then I'm kind of fine with that, but... Dedicated to the founder of the Chaosium, what the fuck? Grand Triumph, what? Wait, huh? Wait, is that it? Is that, what the, no, wait, hold on. What, wait, Okay, you know what, I kept, like, praising the story at the end, and then they pulled that shit, what the fuck? Okay, well, while this is going, I'm gonna go ahead and do the review thing. Hopefully there will be something at the end that actually explains all this shit. Hopefully. If not, then what the fuck? They put a lot more effort into this ending than they would have the other ending, probably. So, start off with story. Story was good. Story got tied together at the end, which I did enjoy. I felt like it was so sporadic at the... It was boring at the beginning, sporadic in the middle, and finally started tying together at the end, which was definitely better than what I thought it was going to be. So, the story was good. I think it still, without the sporadic parts, it could have been better. All the Cthulhu fans, La Funny, whatever those. All of that. Please have something at the end. Please have something more than that, or else I'm gonna be pissed. Again, in this game, I feel like story takes priority over gameplay, just for the style of game it is. But I do feel like the storytelling could have been a bit smoother. Going into gameplay, again, gameplay was kind of irrelevant in this case because it's essentially just you pick answers. For a decision-making game, I hate it when they say your decision matters, but it comes down to two fucking choices. We didn't even see Bradley ever again. He didn't come up ever. So that kind of pisses me off. But the only two that I can think of for gameplay would be the Shambler area, which I still say was just BS. But I'm not gonna get too pissed at it because it was a small amount of sections that actually required you to, you know, actually go into survival horror mode. For the most part, it was just investigating, trying to figure things out yourself, which was fine. Characters, again, most of the characters were bland. Even the main character, Pierce, was bland for the sake of he essentially was kind of a stereotypical character. He was your stereotypical in PI, been a soldier. Please. Yes! Okay, thank God! Please. We're gonna be like in an insane asylum, and we're just gonna be sitting in a chair the entire time, aren't we? This is gonna be Drake, isn't it? Nope, this is Fuller. Oh, wow, this is fucking weird.
We doubled the dosage, as you asked us to, Doctor.
Good, thank you.
Yep. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. My decision on the story may change for this one. Fight Destiny. I'm fine with that treatment. Okay, what the fuck does that... What? Hold on. Okay, I take back what I said. There are still plot holes. Dr. Fuller's alive. Okay, let's go through this systematically. Gameplay was irrelevant. I'm not going to apply that to the rating at the end. Story... hold on, let's save story for last. Because that fucking... What the fuck? Can I, like, go back and like... play the ending or something? Yeah, okay. So this will be a second part. This will be part 10, because I'm going to cut off the end because it's probably going to take a little bit longer. But what the fuck? Okay. I'm going to give you guys the second ending, hopefully. I don't know why you would choose this ending though. What the fuck? Okay, so characters are bland. Again, most of them never got fleshed out. Again, we never saw Bradley again. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let me talk about the ending for a second while this is loading. So, huh? First off, Fuller's alive, and we're in the insane asylum. But were we there to begin with, or did everybody kind of forget what happened, or is the occult still a thing? What's... Okay, so I'm just gonna rush through this so you guys can have a look at it yourselves. But everything starts to make sense now. We learned how the occult was made. We learned, we learned about a lot of the characters. We didn't get to care much about the characters. There are a few points in the story that I still would say that kind of suck. Okay, so both endings aside, because I don't even know this ending yet.
Here you are.
You were...
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna skip all this and we're gonna... Fuck it, we're just gonna do that.
Will you trust my words?
Fuck, I skipped the first thing.
One man only prepared.
Okay,
because
so
I saw you in the dreams. A truth seeker.
she's just gonna...
One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of his mind.
We're gonna see how much effort they put into this one.
I feel the truth in your words.
Because it was written. Or,
But aside
as
from
I
these
like
two
to see
endings,
it,
the story finally got
painted on the canvas of
tied a
fate.
bit together towards the end of this. I'm just gonna skip that. From the intro. Who the hell? Okay, fuck it while this is going on. Gameplay irrelevant. Story good-ish. Endings are bullshit. Characters are bland. I think the best thing about this game is how much it fucks with your psyche. Because like I said, the fucking amount of yeah, they put a lot more work into this one than they did the other one. What the fuck? But there have been so many moments that I've what the I can't tell what's reality and what's not anymore. Which is an awesome aspect of this game. I definitely enjoy that. This map location that we're in right now is probably one of the more beautiful of all the ones we've done. So models don't look too bad, but whenever they're talking, they just look like ass. I'm sorry, they do. Nice. But this is definitely a psychological story horror game and not a survival horror. I don't care what anyone says, this is not a survival horror. You really only have one enemy in this game, and that is the Shambler in that case. In which case, he is probably the worst enemy that I've ever... and not even worst as in, biggest pain in the ass. Worst as in, you interact with it, twice. That's it. Cthulhu's an enemy, but it's story enemy and not survival horror enemy. Okay, so this is the second ending. Again, I hate this when you only have two endings. Pisses me off. Damn. Was that it? Okay, there's still a few things I'm curious about. First off, what happened to Bradley? Second off, what happened to the bartender? Third off, oh look, everyone's going insane because Cthulhu rose. Go figure. But my question is, the flesh that they were eating of Cthulhu, the image that they had painted on the walls, like the giant fish-looking motherfucker, that didn't look like a Cthulhu drawing. That looked like, I would assume, a piece of Cthulhu. So I'm curious how that thing formed. Oh yeah, go for the eyes. And he's eating an arm. And we've gone insane. Okay, cool. Yeah, that pisses me off that this one looks like it was worked on so much more than the one prior to it. I hate that. I feel like I've gone over most of my thoughts about the game. So I'm just gonna wait till the ending of this and actually give a rating. I'll probably actually give numbers at this time. Awesome. The world will be going to hell. Nice. And Sarah is dead. She has, I forget what part of the eye that's called, but they're black instead of white. Nice. Is that it? What happened to Pierce? The Call of Cthulhu. Nice. Okay, that was it. So, both endings were shit. Stating that now, because we never got... the Call of Cthulhu ending was definitely, better than the first one, just because the first one ended with a couple of questions. The second one just ended off at a cliffhanger. Okay, so... I will say this is an above average game. I'm not taking into consideration the fact that like all the frame drops, the game, like the fact that the game ran like shit a lot of times, or like because when I was doing the Metro thing, when I was thinking about like what I would consider that, I did not consider the fact that my frames dropped every time I was in a firefight. I don't consider games crashing and like frame rate drops and all that stuff to be able to go into a final review. I feel like final review should be the game itself, not all the like small little issues you had with your like machine. That should not be in a review. I state that because I fucking hate looking on Steam and seeing all these reviews and it's like game crashed 7 times, couldn't play it. Bad review. It's like, well, that's not a fucking review. A fucking review is looking at the characters, the game, the story, like everything. So for this, gameplay was irrelevant. Still pissed about the trial and error bullshit. Fuck that. Puzzle solving was meh. Investigation was decent. It was actually kind of good. Storytelling finally got good towards the end. The middle was sporadic. Yeah, that goes into the story itself too. But characters, shit. I'm saying that now. I feel like the best thing about this game is the atmosphere that it carries. Because originally when you got to the island, everything was dark, everything was gloomy, everyone was like, tensions were high, middle tensions were also high, but like you start to realize that shit's fucked up. And then like insanity starts to step in with hysteria and shit. Yeah, fuck. I can't think straight now because I'm pissed about these 2 endings. Anyways, but like I was saying, the atmosphere is probably the best thing about this game. What the fuck? I heard a gunshot. Was that outside or was that in the game? What the hell? Okay, I gotta go before I get shot. What the heck? Was that in the game? I'm afraid now. What the fuck? But yeah, this game definitely played well into the psychological horror. The atmosphere fit that so well, and the story definitely supported that. I still hate the fucking endings. So, for all of this, I will state that this is an above average game. I was originally going to put this at a lower rating because I was going to say it was below average because at first I didn't know the ending like this was going to happen. Not the endings, but the end of the story where like everything starts to get tied together. I didn't think about that because I had not experienced that yet. So I was going to give it below rating, but now I think it is definitely an above average game. My voice cracked. So I will give this, I want to say a 6. I really do. Because I definitely believe that the story could, you know what, fuck it, no, a 7, because the story was not bad. The endings were whatever, because most Telltale game-esque games like this had shit endings. Life is Strange is the perfect example of that, because those both endings sucked ass in that game. One was definitely worked on more than the other. I'm not a fan of Life is Strange, if you guys cannot tell. That game is not one of my favorites. Never played it, only watched it. Still hate it. But yeah, for the sake of... Because I'm trying to think of all the negatives that this game had, and it was really the characters, which you still have likable characters. Pierce was a likable character to an extent, but that was about it to me. Never mind, that one takes off a point. Gameplay, again, is irrelevant. I'm not going to consider the bullshit... fuck. Trial and error bullshit to actually take off a point, because the game was just investigating. There are very few survival horror moments. I'm trying to think of what else took off points, because it definitely doesn't feel like it should be an 8 or a 9. It definitely feels like it should be a 6 or a 7. And those will be my final ratings. I'm gonna finish it off with a 7. 7 is the final outcome for this. And for those, I'm gonna state numbers later for Amnesia and or both Amnesia games later on in another series, just for the sake of time, because I feel like I've spent too long doing this. You guys probably spent too long looking at the screen and I'm probably hating me right now. Hopefully you guys left before this, but if you hadn't, thank you for sitting through my idiotic review that was redundant as shit. But I hope you all enjoyed the series, and if you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more, click subscribe and or follow, whichever. Again, Twitch and YouTube, it's going to be the same content. Whenever I start to stream, it will be on Twitch more than likely, so over there is going to be where that's happening. Although YouTube does allow you to stream, so maybe you... Nah, it's probably going to be Twitch. So, trying to think of anything else to say. Nope, that's about it. I hope to see you guys in whatever series I play next. I hope to see you all there. Peace.